Welcome to Bay Sunday. I'm your host, Frank Malico. Great to have you on board. We are taking you to the theater today in a big way. 2 in San Francisco, 1 down in San Jose. We're going to track down a serial killer in a chilling new book. We got a great show for you. We're going to begin with a bit of Broadway invading the city. We got a real treat for you. The original New York cast from If Then is playing at the Orpheum Theater through December the 6th. Is it destiny or random chance that determines our fate in life? If Then explores those forks in the road that lead us on our journey. And the cast is star-studded. Tony Award winner Idina Menzel belts out tunes that'll bring down the house. And her castmate, you might remember him, and you should, in Rent as Mark, the talented Anthony Rapp, who plays Lucas, and he joins us this morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How you doing?
Good to have you on board. Is this early for you?
It's a little early, but
early?
I can handle it.
All right, well, we'll get you some coffee. Well, the show closed down on Broadway in March,
Yeah.
right? And now here you are bringing it back together. What's it like to put a show to bed and then bring it back?
Well, when it's something good, like, I think this is a really good show. I'm not just saying that because I'm on TV, but it's but the material is very rich and alive and elastic, and so it's like anything that's worthwhile. It gets better with age, like wine or cheese or tea or soup. It kind of stews and gets richer and meatier and more interesting.
Is it a little different, not only because you're on the road now, but because you kind of walked away from it a little bit?
Yeah, and it's also the kind of show that's so much about like real life and real life concerns and issues and relationships. So whatever's happening in my life or Idina's life or anyone's life, it gets sort of reflected back through the material. So all those things that happen in those intervening months, they're also a part of the show now.
You're a little different than you were back in March.
Yeah.
Well, give our viewers a little taste of the plot. Idina comes back to New York. Her name is Elizabeth.
Yes.
Then she's Beth and Liz, and you guys kind of take her down 2 roads.
Yeah, her character had an unhappy marriage, so she's just gotten a divorce, and she's starting her life over by moving back to New York. And I'm an old friend from college, and we get reacquainted, and she either it's a very small choice that she makes at the top of the show to either go off with me or go off with a new friend. Mm-hmm. And that very small choice has all these ripple effects in all the different paths that her life takes from that very one little tiny moment. So it's a real exploration of, I think many people in life look at their lives, look back on what if, that thing hadn't happened. And it might have seemed like a small thing at the time, but it actually made all the difference.
Absolutely. Well, you worked with Idina, obviously, in Rent, and you guys are old friends.
Yeah.
But what's it like to work with her? I guess we know her, all the kids know her from Frozen.
Yes.
I saw her in Wicked,
including my niece, my 3-year-old niece. I just visited her, and she was like singing along still.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
No, we have an incredible trust and connection and chemistry. So it's like this is like a bonus round experience for us because we had that incredibly life-changing experience of being a part of the original cast of Rent and all that happened with that, and then to continue as grown-ups, to continue to grow as people, as artists together is really an incredible honor.
Well, let's talk about that if-then moment, because you were working at a Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
And to survive, and all of a sudden you get a call for Rent.
Yeah. And at the time, Rent was this, a small thing. It was a 10-performance workshop when I first auditioned for it. It had no notion of being a breakthrough, blockbuster, crazy success. It was this very small, interesting project. So I was excited about it, but it seemed like a not very big thing at the time, again, and then it turned out to be everything.
It was huge.
It was huge.
And catapulted all of you guys, right?
Yeah, and that's, the nature of showbiz for sure. You never know what will happen with any project. I mean, if you're in Star Wars now, I think you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be a big
you're okay.
hit. Yeah.
Especially the one that's coming out here.
But something like this seemed very small, and then it became huge. So.
How do you not lose your voice, especially Idina? How do you belt out tunes like that night after night?
We have good training, so we have good technique, and I drink a lot of water. Like I take care of myself. I don't smoke. I don't drink a lot of alcohol. Like you kind of have to treat yourself sort of like an athlete.
Like an athlete, yeah, exactly. Exactly. In San Francisco, I guess you've been kind of tooling around a little bit. You got up to Muir Woods, so it's kind of nice to move out of New York a little bit and see the sights, I bet.
I mean, in the drive, every time, I've done it so many times now because when we did the Rent film here, and we recorded we recorded the album at Skywalker Ranch, so we did that drive over the Golden Gate Bridge every day for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So, but every time that drive,
Your head can't help but go,
yeah,
oh my God.
it's stunning every single time.
so cool.
Yeah.
Well, If Then plays through December 6th at the Orpheum, and then you guys are off to LA after that?
Yes,
Yeah,
off to LA for 4 weeks, and then Southern California, and all over. So,
Great. Well,
yeah.
Anthony, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy. All the best. If you'd like to watch Anthony in action, tickets and information to If Then are available at shnsf.com. That's shnsf.com. We're talking more theater when we come back, so stay right there, folks.